I'd like to speak to you from the subject, Wake Up. And let's stand and read the text. The text is from the book of Ephesians, the 5th chapter and the 14th verse, and I'm going to have you read it, or rather repeat it after me for emphasis. I want the thousands of you to just shout this back at me so that it will bless the millions who look in and listen in by radio and television. Awake thou that sleepeth.
Awake thou that sleepeth.
And arise. From the dead. And Christ shall give thee light. We're going to read that again, because here I'm not simply interested in observing hermeneutical and homiletical niceties. I'm not interested at all in impressing you with my theological education. I'm interested in impressing upon your subconscious mind a positive message which you can use in your everyday living. So let's read it again for emphasis. Repeat it after me, please. You sitting at the bar, put your suds down for a moment and repeat it after me. As you're driving along, you can repeat it after me. Awake!
Awake!
Thou that sleepeth! And arise, from the dead, and Christ, shall give thee light. You may be seated. Now the words sleep and dead in the text which I just read refer to the condition wherein people are unconscious of the presence and power of God within themselves. So in this text and in this sense, whenever you read of the words sleep and dead in the New Testament, it refers to the condition wherein people are unconscious of the presence and power of God within themselves. And that part of the text, Christ will give you light, indicates that the presence of God in you will show you the way to the good which you desire. When you wake up to the presence of God in you, then the mastermind of God in you will guide you. For here in this philosophy, we define Christ somewhat differently from perhaps the way most Christians do. To us, Christ is the presence of God in man. To us, Christ is the mastermind in man. And when you awaken to the presence of God within you, this gives you light. When you awaken to the mind of God in you, this mastermind of God in you will show you the way to the good which you desire. And I'd like to make some personal affirmation out of this thought with you here today so that you might apply it personally. I'm going to have you touch yourself and say after me, Christ is the presence of God within me.
Christ is the presence of God within me.
Right now, and forever. Christ is the mastermind of God, thinking in me, through me, and as me, right now, and forever. I like that one. You students whip out your pencils and write that one down. And we're going to say it again. Christ is the presence of the mastermind thinking in me, through me, and as me, right here, right now. I like that one. All right. And it is time for people to wake up to the presence of God within. It is time for people to wake up to the power of God within. Because I find that many people are completely unconscious of the presence of God within themselves. And we have discovered in this ministry, here in these services as well as over television, that many people are just downright disturbed, and some are shocked when we say the presence of God is within you. I'll never forget a few Sundays ago as I was preaching and I said, God is in you, not in the sky. Well, there was one precious lady sitting in the audience that couldn't take it any longer. She jumped up from her seat and pointed up and began to shout, "No, God! No, God!" Many of you remember that. I said, now you see, there's a person who is asleep in religious doctrines and dogmas. Like many of us, she had been taught so long about God in the sky that the idea of God within her just blew her mind. And many people openly take the attitude, Reverend Ike, I don't know about this God in me business. This God in me business is just too much for me to accept. Why don't we just leave him in the sky? This is just too much for me. Well, you need to awake. You need to awaken to the fact that the power and presence of God are within you. You need to awaken to the fact that the mastermind of God is within you, and it will lead you to the fulfillment of the good which you desire.